All right, how's everyone doing? In this lesson, we are going to continue on with forms. We're going to talk about the drop down. Okay, so we're going to make a drop down menu in this lesson. It looks a little bit different from what we've touched on thus far. We're not going to use the input element for this. We're going to use a different element. So here I am inside the same HTML document. I'm going to go ahead and create a form. Again, action hashtag link because we don't want this to go anywhere. And we're going to work on a drop down. We're going to make an H2 right here that says select city. I don't know. Just thinking of something right now. Okay. And so the drop down menu, to make one, we are going to use the select tag. Okay. And so we create a select tag, and the attributes we have are name and ID. Okay. I like to give my select tags the same name as well as ID. We're going to say city and city. Okay. And then what we'll do inside of the select tag, we list our options. So we're going to use the option tag like so. And the value is going to be what is stored in for the city in this case, or what's going to attach itself to name. So we can put different cities down. Say Jackson, that's where I live. So I say Jackson. And we can do multiple options. I'm just going to copy and paste. Work smart, not hard. Okay, and so I'll put some other cities here. You could put whatever cities you want. Like I said, I always like the camel case for my values. But you see what we're doing here, option value, we put the value in here and then basically just type in the same text or character, whatever you have for your value. Type it in there, nest it inside your option tag. Paris, and I'll add one more, Toronto, which, little known fact, I think I want to end up living there, maybe. There we go. So the select tag, okay, is how we create a drop down. And we give it a name. We also give it an ID. And inside of the select tag, we will store our options. Okay. And we look here and we see there's a drop down. Click on it and I can select the cities. Okay, cool. There's some more things that we can do to this. For instance, one thing we can do is we can put an option tag at the very top. Let's not give it a value. And here just say choose city. So that will show up at the very top. Then when we click down, then we can select a city here. It just looks a little better, as you can see. And we don't give it a value either because we don't want that to, we don't want anything to pass in there. Only when we're selecting a city. That's one thing we could do. Another thing we can do is we can use this tag called multiple, or this attribute rather, multiple, and see this changes the look of the drop down. But what this gives us the option to do is to select multiple items. So we can just control and click on multiple items. So that's something that we can do. We can add the multiple attribute, and it changes the drop down to where uh, we can select multiple items. Another thing that we can do is we can adjust the size of it. Let's say I want to make the size 6, and now we see that we have it increased the size of the drop down. Let's say I want to change this to 7 because I want every city to be shown. So now it's not a drop down anymore, but it is a multiple and allows us to select. We can also, say, size, make that 3. And so now we're only seeing the top 3 options there. So this is how drop down works. Fairly simple. Just remember, all this goes inside of a form tag, okay? So put this inside of a form, and then we use the select tag, and we give it a name and an ID. We can choose multiple or not. Actually, I want to get rid of that. So we can get rid of that. Let's bring it back where it was. We can add the options. All right, and the options go inside of the select tag. So there's an opening and closing select tag, and that's inside our options. We give the options a value because that value gets stored along with name when we collect the data after we submit the form. And we simply provide the values or the data, the content. So yeah, that's how we do a drop down. Practice, practice, practice. I'm going to say this every single time. Keep practicing at it. It's not enough to watch the videos. Do this lesson. Do it a couple times, and then do something on your own. That is going to make you better. I want you all to be better. Be better than me, even. Okay, that's what I'm teaching you, so you can be better than me. But that is this lesson. Drop down goes along with forms. I think we got one more lesson on forms. That one's going to be super quick as well. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that other stuff. And I will see you on the next side with the next lesson. Peace, power, and blessings.